I mean, you can think about it, because it's, I mean, if it don't work for you, it'll work for somebody else. But I mean, I'm just telling you, I mean, just the way we are, there's no way enough that I can say we're going to have moths.
Well, I know you can't, but
I mean, it's going to make a difference to me if you say, hey, I don't want that because it doesn't work for me, which is, I mean, you can think about it for next year, whatever.
Joe, I don't want to give it up. I'm going to work with you. We're going to get this work through. I mean, that land is basically right out my back door. I mean, it would just be stupid not to work this out and make sure that you're happy and I'm happy. And I'm going to do this so that you're happy. I don't want to lose the property.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
That sounds good.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. The battles. I'm telling you, it's always, dealing with the landowner, making sure everybody's happy. You got to deal with cattle, crops. It's a battle. Playing food plots, getting ready for muzzleloader season. I ain't had time to clean up the shop.
My name is Richard Blakeslee, and I'm the owner and operator of Triple Creek Outfitters. Land management for me is developing and enhancing the properties that we're leasing so that we can create a better wildlife habitat. And as a young person, I was a very avid upland bird hunter. I love German short-hair bird dogs, very passionate about that as a young person. I became very well known as the guy you wanted to go hunt with because of my dogs. And that created a opportunity and a passion for me to be able to take people from all over the country deer hunting, turkey hunting, pheasant hunting. It's been a really good opportunity. We've got a management program where we're trying to shoot mature bucks, letting younger bucks grow. And people watch this, they're seeing what we're doing, and they want to come here because they know, based on how we're managing and what our philosophy is about not harvesting young deer and shooting mature deer, this is where they want to come. I realized that if we weren't careful about how we managed what we were doing, eventually we were just going to be somewhere where you came and you were a number. These guys are our friends, and we want them to come in here and have an opportunity of a lifetime to kill big mature bucks.
Well, I first met Richard Blakeslee, it's been about 12 years ago now, and he was just getting Triple Creek Outfitters off the ground, getting started. We were looking for a Kansas lease that was more of a permanent piece of ground that we could manage and really nurture the deer herd and try to grow as big a deer as we possibly could. So we contacted Richard about finding us something, and Richard right away knew a couple of pieces of properties, but that started the relationship. And that first year I shot my first Kansas buck, and that was really the first time I had ever met Richard Blakeslee in person. Everybody in the country now knows that Kansas is one of the premier destinations in the entire country for whitetail, big whitetails. And how you operate as an outfitter to be able to give the client a good experience, have an opportunity at a big buck, depends a lot on the pressure you put on the deer and how you access stands, how you hunt the property. And Richard does a very, very good job of not over hunting those properties, and it shows because the clients come back every year.
We can just spin the wheel and go to a spot. It's got big deer.
Well, right at north, I was in the last stand here and had some deer feeding out in the field. And about that time where it was going to be, a few more minutes and no light. Noticed a boogie to my left, sure enough, big bodied deer, horns, tall, looked like a lot of mask, long beam, came out, he stopped, and there was another large buck. This one looked like a more mature deer, standing still. I feel pretty confident in my shot. We got the winch on now.
The landowner outfitter relationship is tough. I respect what they do and how hard they work. If I can take some weight off of them, fix a fence, make sure the cattle are doing what they're supposed to be doing, I'll do whatever I need to do. Making their land better than it was when you started is extremely important to them, and we're making that land better than it was when we started hunting.
Big, tall, narrow, heavy, long beams, just old bruiser. Chance and I, coach from Kentucky, been up here most of the summer putting up close to 60 tree stands, 60 different locations for stands, and then adding feeders and cameras to most of those locations as well. And then in addition to all that stand hanging, not only do you have to hang the stands, but you're thinking about the access in and out, and you've got to cut brush. Hanging the ladder, getting it ratcheted in and all secure is one thing, but preparing it for a hunter to jump in is another.
Kansas land is very diverse. You have lots of creek bottoms, and you have sandhill pastures, and you have lots of CRP grass, but you go through spurts where you have no water, where it's very dry, where there's no food. It's important that their ecosystem, you know, that they don't have to travel long distances for water, and they have food to eat. And you know, we're recognizing that, hey, if we're going to continue to do what we do at a high level, we're going to have to take the money that we're earning and we're going to have to put it back into the land, and we're going to have to develop food plots, put in some water, whatever that we can do to take some of the stress off the deer, and that's helping.
And there's a real good crossing right here. They're coming down over there and they're walking the bank, and they're coming up right here. Yeah. So we started a trail right through here. We got our stand out on the edge of our wheat field. We can hunt that with, you know, anything north, anything south. We're keeping the deer east of us. A good setup here. I like it. I think you're going to have a lot of deer come through here in November, running up and down this creek, and then it joins to another creek right over here. So we're going to go down here and set up another one where the two creeks meet at a point and a pinch point. I'm really excited about that. So I think we got a good deal here. You think this is it?
I think so.
Man, I hope so. I hope so. It's been a long time coming. Whew, that's one bloody arrow, my friend.
Quartered away. Right there. There he is, dude. I see his horns. Oh my God. We did it. The Triple Creek curse is broken.
I enjoy watching the deer grow from year to year, and I love checking the trail cameras. You know, it's always exciting to go out and pull 20, 25 cards and see what you got. And I love those parts of it. But my absolute favorite thing of everything that we do is seeing the joy on someone's face who's saved, you know, their whole life to come to Kansas and have the opportunity to harvest a big deer. You know, score aside, it doesn't matter. Someone comes in here, they want one dream trip to Kansas, they've chosen Triple Creek Outfitters, and the smile on their face, the joy in their eyes when they get that opportunity to get here, to see the stands they're sitting in, to see the land that we're providing them, and then to harvest, you know, their first Kansas deer. That, for me, is the best. You know, we do everything we can to provide them an opportunity to harvest a big buck, and when that day happens, sometimes there's just a lot of tears in a moment like that. But to look at where we are now from where we started and where I was at my life when I started this to where I'm at my life now, it was worth every bit of it. All the blood and the sweat and the tears and the long hours and the long nights and the short nights and the tracking through the middle of the night.
The thing about Richard is he drags the deer out for you and stuff, and I don't have to do nothing from now on.
Yeah, it's been worth it.